What is going on, guys? I'm watching the road. I just got my head turned. Absolutely gorgeous. Today we're just continuing to ride around. This video is actually shot after the gear video. I did a gear video, and that's where I was at, and I'm like, you know what? Hey, I want to go back and I want to see the baby goats. Where all the goats go? Oh, I can't really see a lot. They're back there. But there's some baby ones that were running around, and they're really cool. And then the black bear, that was cool. But today, I think today what I want to do is I just kind of want to talk about how I got my bike. And I'm not necessarily talking about like how I came to get this bike in particular, like my decision making. I've made a bunch of videos about that. If you're not sure, you can go back or ask me, and you know, I don't have a problem saying it again. But this is kind of more or less about like what I had to do to financially get a motorcycle, because I don't have a lot of money. I'm pretty poor. I can't really say I'm pretty poor. I don't struggle to pay my bills, so I guess in today's economy that's not really poor. But I can't go to the Bahamas anytime I want. So, you know, because of that, I had to have some financial planning to get my bike. I knew that I wanted to get a bike. After my buddy got me into mini bikes, I bought a mini bike. I rode that for a summer, and I realized, hey, I definitely want to get a regular motorcycle. But alas, I had no money. So I had to set up a game plan for the bike. And my game plan was, because my credit wasn't the best, so you know, hell or high water, I was getting a motorcycle, whether that was financing it or buying it cash out. So, you know, buying it cash out, I obviously needed a lot more money. So what I basically did is, you know, I had about $1,500 in my savings, kind of randomly there, and then I sold my car. I had a really nice Crown Victoria 95 Crown Vic, and I sold it. I sold it because, not for the motorcycle, but because it was a very nice car. It was just sitting there. I wasn't able to, you know, really drive it, and I really didn't want to drive it like that. One, gas was ridiculous, and two, it was too nice of a car, and I didn't have a garage. So even with, you know, the car having those covers, like the window covers or whatever, the seats were still getting sun bleached. I'm like, I would much rather sell this thing for as much as I can now, because, you know, of how good a condition it was. It took a long time for me to sell it, and I really didn't get what I wanted for it. You know, I had it listed at $7,000. Obviously you start out high, and I think I got about $4,000 for it. And then, you know, even with that, you know, that was also before no, that was around the time I knew I was going to get a bike. But then life happened. Something happened with my other car, and I needed to spend a couple grand here and a couple grand there, and then you know, it's just how it is and all that. So I set myself up with a financial plan. You know, I make this amount of money a week. You know, here's my tithe, and here's what I need for bills, and then here's what I could put away. And I built a really nice Excel spreadsheet that did all the math for me. God bless Excel. It's a very nice tool to have. And if you don't know how to use Excel, do yourself a favor and just watch a couple videos on it, because it is beautiful. Love it. And yeah, that's kind of how I was able to keep track. And you know, with all that being said, I still kind of had an idea of I still kind of had an idea of where I was going to be at. You know, my end date was the first day of spring, so like March 21st, and you know, I was approaching that date, and I was like, I mean, I kind of have enough for, you know, a decent down payment at this point, but I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be enough. And my whole thing is, I always hated going to places trying to buy stuff, especially when they have to run your credit, because my credit sucked. But what I did to boost my credit, and that boosted it like 50 something points, guys. So hey, a little financial tip: get yourself a credit card, get on Credit Karma, get whatever card that they say that you can get, apply for it, get it. Don't use it. You don't have to use it, you know what I mean? And if you do use it, you gotta like use less than like 10% of what it was. So if my card was $100, I couldn't use more than $10 a month. So I didn't really even use it. I just did the I just kind of had it, and then that boosted my credit, and then I was able to get a second one with a higher limit, and I ran the same play. So that alone like boosted me like 50 something points, which was great. And you know, my credit's still pretty good until student loans start kicking in, but yeah, that helped me a lot. And then I think the real game changer was the letter that I got. I got a letter that, ow, that was a bug. I got a letter that would change my life forever. It was from Fidelity Financial. They are obviously a retirement agency where you put money into your 401k. So I forgot I had a 401k from my old job at the car dealership, and it wasn't a lot of money. It was like $7 grand, and after they take the taxes out for, you know, early, you know, whatever, you know, I got about $5 grand out the deal. And you know, to me, you know, was that financially irresponsible? I don't know, maybe not. I got a bike, so who cares, you know? And you know, what I'm getting at is I wouldn't have been able to retire for, you know, 5 years, or I wouldn't have been able to retire off of $5 grand. There probably won't ever even be a retirement, you know, for me. So that's why you guys gotta like, share, and comment so we can make a little bit of money. Kidding, that's never been the goal. Look at the clouds. It's never been the goal. But yeah, so then I cashed that check, and then I had just about enough money to buy the bike out cash if I needed to. So then I went to Mercedes. I knew that's where I was going to go. I knew that I wanted a Ninja 650. I would have still got a used one. They had a used one there. But like whenever I seen the numbers and all that, I'm like, well, this one comes with a warranty, and it's really like $1,200 more, you know. And it wasn't a bad one. It was that black, green, and white one. It was that one, which wasn't a bad looking bike. I did notice that it was laid down though, and the whole windshield was all scratched up, and I didn't notice that until later on. But yeah, you know, I applied. You know, I talked to Joel. He's a great guy. You're gonna see him hopefully whenever I do my another video I want to do. And I just talked with him, and I put $5,500 down. We worked a deal. My payments are like $160. My insurance is $70, and that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? I did have to work for my bike, you know, one way or another. You know, so that's kind of what I did. And you know, we're just talking. I'm just, you know, it's motorcycle content, and you know, that's how I got my bike. You know, I didn't have the money on standby. I didn't buy a, you know, $1,100 motorcycle either. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's just not what I wanted to do. I got my visor down because these bugs, they be hitting. Scratch my eye. But yeah, you know, that's basically what I did. So, you know, if maybe this will help you in some sort of way, you know, definitely Excel's a great way to really keep track of finances in general. If your credit kind of sucks, maybe consider getting a a credit card and, you know, not really doing anything with it. I don't do anything with mine. You know, I didn't cut them up or anything like that. I just don't do anything with them. But, you know, yeah, that's basically what I did. And, you know, the rest is history. I have, you know, oh, and, you know, that extra money also was great because of gear. You know, I had to spend, you know, a lot of money on gear. Gear's not cheap, and, you know, that was also built in my equation. Like, the number I had in my head, it was the motorcycle plus gear. You know, a lower gear, Matt, you're allowed to be in one. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did and how everything worked out for me. So, you know, maybe this can help you out. Maybe not, I don't know. Where are we at? Is this Brewston Mills? Brewston Mills, West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Alright, I'm getting off here. I'm actually going to turn around because I don't want to go all the way up there. We're just going to go do a loop-de-doop and pull. And now your shoes are looking cool. Turning our head, nice, very nice. We're going to go down here, and then we're going to go down here, easy on the brake while the wheels turn and on gravel. So hey guys, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys later. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you generally like the content. It helps me understand and know what I am doing is good. And that's all she wrote, Skipper. It's a weird Red Bull truck. But I will see you guys in the next one.